ball game. Get that lock button as you come in.
I can give you a clue that there is no fortune in the heat of the night. This is what you wanted. Would you give it a try or just keep on wondering? In the shadows away just to put you under. I know it is me. I'm wild and free. Now I keep on crawling, falling. All I need is a drop of water. It's all night. So you're ready to run right behind. See what we could find.
Turtles, hit that like button as you come in. And let's get this party started. All right, so look. So we got some great news coming out, of course, and I know most of you guys already know this, but the little girl has been found safe, okay? She has been found safe. She was kidnapped. She was kidnapped. They do have a person in custody. Right now, they're saying, the chat room is saying they named Craig Ross Jr. as the suspect they have arrested. Now, I ain't had 100 to verify that. So, it says news and rumors. Okay, because, I was there and they called everybody and said, there couldn't be people searching. So I decided to head back. Hold on, guys. I got some crazy stuff going on with my lights. Give me 1 second. That thing is blinding me. It's right in my eye. Okay, so I was about, I say almost halfway there, and I decided to turn back. Okay, because they were saying that they had the park closed, nobody could leave, nobody could enter. Okay. So I was like, all right, this kid's been kidnapped. She's probably not in this park. So, they say the most important time is the first 48 hours. So these police did a wonderful job in tracking this person down. Now, this is rumors now. This is what I'm hearing. That a ransom note was left in the mailbox shortly after she was kidnapped. They fingerprinted the ransom note, found some fingerprints that matched it, and arrested, allegedly, this Craig Ross Jr. Okay? She's been recovered. They say she is fine. And I was just thinking, usually when people kidnap you, it's not usually for ransom. Okay? It's not usually for ransom. And you notice that the police went real quiet on everything. All of a sudden, like, boom, they was just nothing. Nothing was really leaking. They didn't give no real press conference. No nothing today. So I was a little bit in limbo, and I'm glad. Look, here's the thing, guys. I'd rather go 1,000,000 times and they find the person than me go search. Okay, because I'd much rather this little girl be safe and be found before I even get there, which was great because she was found. I would have been pulling up right about the time she would have been found. Okay. So I made the right decision in saying, hey, let's turn back, because I knew this was more of a police investigation, and she wasn't found right at that campground. So this person did grab her from that campground, take her to her location. I think they're saying it's 20 minutes down the street, allegedly. This is all allegedly and just coming in kind of stuff. So, do your own fact checking on it. But apparently they pinged the person's phone, tracked it, found where he was at, found the little girl. She's okay. Great end to a story, right? So Too good vibes. Now this is what I'm hearing. Now, why the person kidnapped the kid? I don't know how rich the parents are. I do know that the dad is somebody in some one of the unions up there in New York. Let's take this call that is coming in. Dolly.
Dolly,
Yes.
it's your old hag
What's
from Virginia.
what's up, Rose from Virginia?
Hey, man, what a great day, right?
That was good news. You know, when I woke up today, I didn't know what was going on, but hey, I'm glad it's
I saw that. Yep.
and I'm glad there's some answers. And
I've been watching your shows all night. I mean, since this happened, and I got to tell you, Jimmy, I thought it was so cool that you took that expense and like you're really doing this. You went to try to go up in that campground and find this child. Now, I'm not caught up enough to know how they found her. Do you know it?
well, this is the rumors I'm hearing that apparently that this Craig Ross Jr. fellow, if that's his name, I'm not 100% positive on that. That's what the chat was saying was reported. Left a ransom note in a mailbox at their house.
Mm.
This ransom note apparently contained some fingerprints or something like that of his. They were
What an
tracked
idiot,
it,
right? I mean,
tracked to who he was, and then they pinged him,
wow.
and he was at some art center. And they went there
Mm.
and they recovered the little girl and arrested
Ah,
his ass. It's the rumors
did they
that I'm
do?
hearing.
Was he a registered pedophile or something?
I don't know. I don't
What
think,
was his
I'm not for
plan?
sure.
Why
I think
did he take
he
that little girl?
ransom. He wanted money.
Well, that is just sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, thank God it's something like that and not like a predator
I mean,
wanted to
Jimmy,
hurt her.
really, we should be celebrating. I mean, you should have like those little crackers in the background you pull and it pops, because for once, a tragic, like, this could have turned out so different,
Yeah. Because it could have
And the
turned out.
child has been found.
Yeah.
It's a time for celebrations,
I
man.
knew something was up. Yes, RSO. Allegedly, he is a SO. Okay, so that's what they're saying, that he is some type of
What's an SO?
sexual offender.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
So the
I
chat
know
is
what
saying,
SA is.
I ain't had a chance to like really dig into it, into him,
Mhm.
because I didn't even know. I knew somebody had been arrested, but I didn't know who. And as soon as I was setting up the live, the chat was throwing
Well,
him in there.
well, now here's a good question. If the thing is about money, is her family very well off, and this guy knew that, or
That's what I'm
we
starting
don't
to think, that they're a well-off family, and that this was about money. And I know her
so
dad works for the
somebody's
union.
been
The thing is,
watching them.
or he's
They,
involved in the mob. Okay, because I've
somebody been
been
watching.
watching the Ozark, and it's all about the mob and shit. And usually, like, I don't know, maybe there's some mob ties to it. It's New York. The dad works for the union. The kid gets kidnapped. It sounds like a damn show, The Sopranos, to me.
Well, now, those guys are pretty funny too. Remember some of those characters in all those movies? Hell yeah. But, I mean, we don't have to go that far down the rabbit hole. I mean, that's
Well,
kind of hard to.
I'm just thinking that. I don't know that for it to be
It's okay.
that.
It's Rose from Virginia. You can think whatever the hell
But
you want.
this shows you right here that you got to keep your eyes on your kids at all times.
Oh my God.
It don't take but a second
Yeah.
for somebody to grab one of your kids and be gone. Like, you see,
Oh,
thank God they found this person.
Jimmy, did you have a chance to calculate and figure out that bike ride? She took a bike ride with her sister or cousin, and the cousin wanted to check out, and she's like, I want to go around one more time, like how a kid will do. I did that as a kid,
Yeah.
when I first learned how to ride my bike and ride around. And then what?
Yeah, but
Seconds later?
like, nobody wouldn't hold me for ransom. My parents didn't have no money. You would have kidnapped me and been like, I want $100,000. They'd have been like, yeah, you just better keep them. You know,
Oh,
you got
Jimmy.
money. When you got
Now,
money,
I
people will
know
kidnap
your
you.
mother. You've spoken enough about your mama. Your mama would have never let that happen.
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
you, baby
I
boy.
didn't get kidnapped, but I'm just saying that, you know, the more money
Yeah.
you got, there is that threat of somebody trying to kidnap you for money. Usually
Well, maybe that's
kidnap you and hurt you.
maybe the word on the street should be stop talking about how much fucking money you've got because you're making yourself a target.
Well,
You know?
I've never seen them online or nothing talking about how much money they got. It just maybe somebody knew.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing. Just don't always talk about what everything you have. You know, even if you're poor and have 3 pennies, don't tell someone who doesn't have any. You know.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Rose from Virginia, you be good.
Hey, I love that PJ of yours. She is a wonderful girl.
Awesome, awesome. She is.
And your mother is shining down on this union.
Okay. All right, Rose from
She
Virginia,
said,
you be good.
she said, behave yourself, son.
Okay. You be good, Rose. Peace.
Later, husband.
Dolly.
Whoa.
Hey.
You're so goofy. You're right. If someone kidnapped your butt, they give you back. They wouldn't keep you.
They probably wouldn't keep me. Yeah, I know.
They wouldn't keep you. You too mean. They give you back. They say, "Oh no, we can't handle him." Hell no.
So the little girl was taken for ransom. She's okay.
Yeah.
She's alive and well. That probably means they didn't hurt her, you know, probably at all. They just was holding her.
But I was told that she's not with the family yet. She's still with officials. That the family can't even see her yet.
Huh.
That's what I heard.
Well, I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're having to check her all out. I guess question her and check her all out.
Yeah,
But the family hasn't been able to see her yet.
I'm sure they're going to send her to the hospital, have her all looked over, you know.
Yeah, about me as a mom. Oh hell no, I'm gonna be in there. You ain't keep me from my kid.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they'll allow the parents up there.
I was saying, I hope so.
I'm sure the parents are on their way to their daughter.
Oh heck yeah, I'd be busting down them doors. And nope, you ain't keeping me from my kid. But another lesson, Marcy. I don't care if you want to take your final loop or whatever. You never go alone.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. And this dude is about to do the rest of his life in prison for kidnapping. That carries 20 years right to life right there.
Yeah, people don't like people mess with kids. I hope he gets what's coming to him.
Oh yeah, he'll never get out. He won't kidnap another kid. I don't know with this system these days. People be killing kids and getting out of prison. So
I know.
I would hope he wouldn't. You know, you doing crimes like this, yeah, your ass need to be locked up and never get out.
Well, no, because he said he had a little bit of what you said SA background. His butt should have been on the radar anyway. He should have been allowed near those state parks.
Well, people are saying they believe he may be like a offender. This miss right here, she says they believe he was recently arrested for taking pictures of girls in the area.
Right.
So he must have been a little bit of a creepo.
Right. So how the hell was he allowed to be around that park anyway?
And then how did he know where to leave a ransom note at? If he was,
But like I said, I believe he's been watching those. He's been watching those people.
yeah, he had to be watching. I'm gonna know something about him to know where to leave a ransom. If that's true,
Exactly.
you know, right now it's all new, but that's what we're hearing. He left a ransom note. If you know, if
Right.
okay,
Because he's a dum-dum.
yeah, or he wanted.
But I'm just, you never let your, I don't care if mine's 21, they ain't going alone. I don't let, nope, you don't go no freaking where. Nope.
He's like, I want $100,000. Drop it off at my house. Here's the address.
I guess I'd have to put my house up for sale. I'd have to, I don't care. I do everything I had to.
I mean, you know, from what I'm hearing though, is they were able to this is just rumors. They were able to fingerprint the letter, his finger.
The letter?
Yeah, the ransom note that he left in the mailbox. And that led them to him. Then they were able to ping his phone, which led to this arts festival thing, and they were able to track him down. And they found it.
Isn't that amazing what technology lets you do? It wouldn't have happened back in the day when I was young.
That's what I'm hearing. Now, I don't know if that's exactly how it went down, but it sounds good. Sounds like a damn episode of CSI.
I was told in the state parks now, though, there are cameras that take pictures of your license plates going in, or if they don't have that, they take information about you before you could even get in the park.
Yeah, and then we had this one dude. I was got up early this morning because I was deciding, do I keep pushing forward or do I say I turn back? And when they closed the park and didn't want any searchers, I was like, okay, this is just turned into a full blown police investigation, right? They're not searching anymore; they're investigating. And at that point, I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and track back. Go ahead back. And I'm glad I did that because as soon as I get in the door, it's like the girl's alive, she's safe, and I was like, okay, something told me, to turn back, and I guess trust your gut, And thank God, because I told somebody like last night, I was like, just continue to pray, she's okay, she's okay.
Well, I have ever since I saw her little face.
And I'd much rather go somewhere and have to turn around and come back than actually have to go.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm just glad she's.
But I don't understand why one state gets all this. I understand it 48 hours. The state police were involved, the FBI was involved, but then you've got Summer Wells, and they didn't do diddly crap.
Yeah, different place, different circumstances, different response too. They still had a lot of searchers and stuff out there for Summer Wells.
But they were right on this. I mean, big bam. New York was right on it.
Yeah, they were dealing with, this dude up here. Tennessee's dealing with the greatest criminal minds of all time, Don and Candace Wells.
You crazy.
I mean, they could be on the criminal masterminds. Okay.
Yeah.
Different beast, different animal. Okay. They're like hunting Bigfoot. You can't catch them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm playing more girls.
I mean, it's a miracle. Think about how many people are kidnapped and they're not covered. Right?
Exactly.
When you hear the word kidnapped and they're gone, permanently gone.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were right on it. They were, they didn't waste their time. They were right on it.
The camera called him on his way out. Yeah, there is a camera because somebody sent me images of the gate of it. And basically it was, you can see there's a camera right on a pole. Right.
He was a duck dome.
Yeah.
I mean, know there was cameras around. Is he an idiot or what?
And a lot of people. But he might, we don't know. This dude may have some mental health problems. He could be, like the last little girl that was kidnapped, the one in Australia that her family went camping, and the dude kidnapped her, and he had her at his house, and he thought she was a baby doll, and he was playing dress up with her and shit. He was just crazy. So maybe this dude is something similar, crazy cuckoo for Cocoa.
Well, them cuckoos need to be locked up somewhere. They can play dress up.
How crazy is he? If it's true, he read a ransom note, then he ain't crazy. He's just a criminal that wanted some money.
We'll go get a job.
I don't know how people think they're gonna get away with kidnappings for ransom.
But you know what? Right, but I'm saying the little girl, regardless, I'm glad they found her. She's okay, but still, it's going to mess with her. She'd be scared to ride a bike anymore.
Right? Here's the only thing I've ever heard of people paying ransoms and actually getting away with it. It's like when you get kidnapped in another country and they pay a ransom and they let you go.
Exactly.
I've heard of that, and people never get caught. But in the United States, has anybody ever paid a ransom to somebody and them people not get caught?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of either. I don't think that's ever worked. I've seen it in movies, but I mean, in real life, as soon as you put that letter in there, you're done. You know what I'm saying?
He was a nut. He didn't know what the crap he's doing. He just thinking about money. Like I said, go get a job, dude.
Yeah.
But leave the kids out of it.
He won't do it. Hopefully he won't do it again. All right, you be good.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right. That's the best news that could have came out. Charlotte found, safe. They say seems to be nothing wrong with her. So with it being like, hopefully this dude ain't a predator and done, trigger warning guys ain't done nothing that's going to scar this kid. I mean, kidnapping is probably going to scar for the rest of her life. And that ain't good. But I mean, we don't. Hopefully, nothing bad's happened to her, and I'm assuming that's why the parents ain't, because they're going to take her to a hospital. They're going to let a doctor check her out. All those stuff. I think they still need the parents' permission to even treat her, right? But thank God, miracles happen, right? Miracles happen. So, in my thing, the driving, I got to take a nice little drive down the coast. It was nice, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, to me, it wasn't a waste of time. It was just a relaxing, peaceful drive down the coast. Okay? So, I made the right decision. I think so too. Dolly.
Hey, is this Dolly?
Yeah, this is Dolly.
Hey, it's Demetrius, Tina's friend. I just want to say that I'm glad that they found her.
Yeah, I'm glad they found her too, man. Miracles happen, and some criminals are stupid. Thank God for stupid criminals.
Yeah, I started watching her on True Crime Grizzly, and she was talking about how they found her and stuff.
Yeah, Grizzly True Crime, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They found her. From what I'm understanding, I'm just hearing rumors, though. I don't know. I'm sure more that the facts come out as once the police do a little news conference on it. I'm sure they're going to do a conference, some kind of news conference tomorrow.
Well, somebody was talking about that there was some videos that were put out on Facebook about a guy who recorded himself, and he was talking about he was a dangerous person and stuff. And he was there at the time whenever she was missing.
Yeah.
So they kind of thought that could have been the person. So
yeah, I seen one dude say he thought his roommate did it. He kicked the dude out. He was living in the purple van, and they were looking for the purple van and all these things, but it wasn't that guy. So he named that guy. He named dropping people, accusing people. He said, I think my friend's homeless. He's been living near the lake. Yeah, I've been following it. I keep up with a little bit of, especially when I'm going there, I keep up with the rumors and things of that nature. I knew there wasn't nothing to that, though. I was thinking, I don't think that's it. But to me, this is a basic, they wanted money. The dude wanted money.
Yeah.
If he left a ransom,
it's really sad how the public reacts to all this too. Like the news, they don't really seem to, they just talk about bits and parts of it. And, you guys do the most work because you guys go on and on and on about it, and you can sit there and talk for hours and find her and stuff. But the news, they just don't like the press.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to figure the news they only got 3 minutes to deliver you to a fucking 10-hour story. You know what I'm saying? So they just give you as fast as they can. But I think if you notice, a lot of the media is starting to do YouTube also. So
really?
Yeah, even in the escaped convict case, there was the news people following them around. They said, we usually don't do this, but since this has been so big on social media, that we're going to start. They were being YouTubers. They switched from fucking media and put on the YouTube badge and was out riding around streaming for 5-6 hours.
Well, that's actually a good thing. I'm actually glad that they're doing that.
I thought that was weird. I was like, damn, they taking the YouTubers' jobs at this point. Know your role, like The Rock would say. You know what I'm saying? Leave.
Yeah.
You stealing our views. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to outbeat y'all now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The news is like, oh, these YouTubers are stealing our views. And they getting out there now. They fighting back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all already got the leg up. Y'all getting paid. So.
Right.
But anyway, I appreciate you calling, man.
Oh, no problem, man. You keep up the good work and keep up the good show. And, you got a good crew and good mods and good people in the chat. So very proud of you. I don't care what people say. I think you're a good person. So
all right.
But you have a good one, bub.
All right. I care what people say. Okay. Dolly cares. I'm a caring person. Don't talk bad about me, people. I get sad. I'm sensitive. And y'all wouldn't want me crying. It ain't a good look. Yeah, so that's true statement. Like, we're seeing more of the media to do their news reports, and then they're going live. And then they're out doing YouTube stuff. It's crazy. But hey, each their own. Dolly.
Charlie.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing.
This is
Map.
Tyrone.
Map.
Tyrone from Texas.
Was that your wife in the beginning?
What's that?
Was that your wife in the beginning?
No.
So you sound like a woman in the beginning.
I sound like anything I want to sound like.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? You feel lucky?
That's what it is.
All right.
I get
What's up,
into
man?
all
What do you
that
think about all
bullshit.
this? What do you think about all this?
I'm really glad they found her. I hope she wasn't hurt. I hope she wasn't violated.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure warning people, but you know, DOLLY did a good job on this one. They got on it quick.
Yeah. Quick
Used their
response.
investigative tools to hunt this idiot down.
They CSI'd this bitch, from what I'm hearing.
I mean, this guy's got to have some mental challenges, right? Puts
Well-
his fingerprints on the note and then puts it in the
Yeah, if that's true.
mailbox, and says, "Here I am, come get me."
I mean, this is early rumors, right? So
Yeah.
we won't know for sure till the police come out and confirm everything. But this, how YouTube will say everything in the beginning. So some of it may be true, some of it may be a little off, so.
Yeah. Well, at this stage of the game, waiting for a presser. I think somebody in the chat said, 10, 15 minutes to a presser.
Tonight?
Yeah, that's what I just saw it in the chat. So.
Okay, well, look, guys, if there's a press conference going down tonight, make sure we have the link to it.
Yeah, we got to find that damn thing.
Because I figured they were going to do it. Dolly Vision, you showing the presser. If there's a presser, we showing it. Okay, I got everything ready to rock and roll right here. Look, all it is one push of a button. Bam. Just tell me where it's
I
at.
got to learn how to pull up videos and shit.
Yeah, I mean, just let me know, and we gonna be there. Okay, we ain't missing nothing. I don't get down.
Amen.
So, I didn't think they were going to do one tonight. Usually they do the pressers during the day.
They'll announce who's in custody.
People are saying I heard pressers tomorrow.
RSO. Yeah.
That's what I think. They were doing it, 1:20? So I figured they'll do it tomorrow around 1:20.
Tomorrow. Somebody said in the chat.
Yeah, because they got to set
Yeah.
that stuff up, coordinate press conferences in the morning. Hey, Dolly Vision update tonight at 10:30 p.m. Okay, maybe we'll see. Yeah, if there's
All live coming at you. We don't know when, how, when.
yeah, guys,
either.
definitely if there's a conference or anything going down, you just shoot the link over to my Facebook. I got everything open and we'll pull it right up. We'll jump right over there, watch it,
Coming out with guns blazing, Dolly.
Yeah. And I wonder how much he want for the ransom. I wonder how much he wanted. I'm curious.
Probably like $57 or something.
I have kidnapped your kid and I want 3 easy payments of $19.95.
That's right.
You're still getting 20 years in prison, no matter how much money you want it.
Well, the guy's probably going to have a better life in prison.
I mean, if you kidnapped her and wanted $1, you might as well ask for $100 million because you're getting 20 years in prison either way you look at it.
Yeah, it sounds like he had stalked her.
Okay, Tag says there's a press conference tonight at 10:30 p.m. Shoot me the link on Facebook if you can,
Tag
where it's going to be at.
Creations by Mary.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one. I heard presser tonight from a news station.
Yeah, I mean, I want the official press conference.
Yeah, not, JB,
Oh yeah. I'm not trying to listen like some. I want the damn chief, the FBI out there saying, "Hey, this is what we arrested this guy for. This is what we're charging him with." I want to hear that type of.
This is how we tracked him down.
Yeah, the T.
Timeline.
What do they call on the internet? The T. I want the T.
I want to read them tea leaves, Dolly.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know what the deal is.
Yeah. I'm missing all the panels lately because I'm trying to sleep at night.
I haven't, well, I didn't do no panels because I was on the road, and then I was supposed to do the Turtle Island stuff. Then couldn't do that because of the stuff that went down. So it's good to be back, get back on track. And
Yeah.
And I bet you this is a happy family tonight. I know they were scared to death.
Oh my God! Imagine if it was, Tiff was 9 or my daughter was 9.
Yeah, I was
Somebody-
I
and
was
then you
freaking.
woke up the next day and you're like, she ain't in her bed. What the hell? Ever got snatched out of her campsite?
I would freak out. Police did a great job, man. I mean, there ain't no other word for it. I
Mhm.
mean, I guess it's, we will find out more how they obtained the information. But
Mhm.
if the rumors are true, hell yeah to the police, because they CSI'd it and that was quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard
Well,
presser tonight from a news station. Okay, so we're all here. If anything goes down, we'll find it and we'll go straight to it. So no worries.
Twitter says it's in.
So if you're just getting here with us and you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button. There's 618 of you guys here right now. So we should have 618 likes. Okay. I'm talking to you.
I'm number 71.
You 71? Oh shit.
Mhm.
71.
71, baby.
All right, Mab. You be good, man.
All right, brother.
All right.
You be good, bro.
Peace.
Bye.
Okay. Rumors right now. Press conference tonight, 10:30 is what we're hearing in the chat. So we have a few minutes before that. It's 10:26 East Coast. So, and it's the same time there. Time ain't no difference between Virginia time and New York time. So it is actually 10. Somebody saying 10:30. 246 thumbs ups. Okay. We got to get those likes up, guys. Hit that like button. Do Dolly a solid. You don't want me to end up homeless sleeping on your couch. Okay. You don't want that. Trust me. And you can save yourself all that hassle. It's easy. Just press the like button. It keeps it right in my head. Okay. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
I think you got something good going for yourself.
All right. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Lenny Lynn from Texas.
Hey, Lenny Lynn. What do I got good going
Yeah.
for me? I'm going to win the lottery.
Well,
You're a psychic?
no, I wish we would both win the lottery, though.
That would be nice.
I'm manifesting that for us.
All right. Speak it into existence.
Yes. No, I was thinking, I'm so grateful that little girl was found and alive and safe. But you went right away to go search. And then you remember the other fella that was missing, they thought, was running around naked or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was found. So maybe you start going to these places
I'm good
with
luck.
the quickness. Yeah, you're bringing something good on.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. They're like, oh shit, he's coming. Fine. We got to get rid of Dolly. He's going to show up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah. No, but I'm glad she was found. I'm actually, when I turned on YouTube, I started hollering with excitement when I seen that she was found safe, and I'm just so grateful for her family.
When I got up this morning, I was debating, do I push forward there? And all the info that was coming out at that point was, we don't want people helping. The park's on lockdown. There's no in and out the park. They put a no-fly zone over the park, so you couldn't fly nothing over it from the FAA. And I was like, damn, they got this place on. They're locking this shit down. And
You couldn't even fly your drone.
And so it made me think that maybe she's in the park. It may be a camper, or they think she's in a camper or something in the park. So I was just sitting there kicking it around in my head. I was like, I don't know. And then I just decided, I was like, I think if somebody kidnapped this little girl, they left that park. And then I was like, I don't know, I'm turning back. And this is a kidnapping. This ain't looking for a missing person. And of course, it was a kidnapping. And they found her, 20 minutes away at another area that was like from what I'm hearing, it's like an arts festival place.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to find out some more details, so I'm going to be watching.
Okay. You be good.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Let me check my Facebook, guys, see if anybody sent me any links to whatever's going down on the internet. Hold on. Dolly.
Jimmy!
Yes.
Who am I?
It's Pepper Katina, PCT.
I thought
thought it was Chrissy.
No, I didn't think it was Chrissy.
Oh, crap. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to put my 2 cents worth in. I didn't think she was going to be found, and certainly not alive, because of what you said, the statistics. The first 48 hours, they're usually, gone.
Yeah, well, it's important. The first 48, I watch the show all the time. If they don't find you, the chances of you being found alive are slimmer and slimmer and slimmer after the first 48 hours. Usually when people kidnap you, they don't keep you alive that long.
No. And I mean, I read on Facebook, I don't know, on one of the articles that she was found walking with the guy by the SPAC. But I don't know.
I just know that's where she was found. And that's how, from hearing the rumors are, they pinged his phone. And that's how they found him. So,
right. Are you tired from all that driving?
A little bit, not too bad. I'm all right.
Yeah, you don't sound real like peppy, energetic, full of energy.
Well, I had stayed up late, and then I got up early and had left. Then I drove, and then I didn't sleep good because I was kind of jumping through things, trying to figure out what was going on. I'm getting a million messages, so I didn't really sleep good. And then I was like, all right, I'm driving back. So I've been driving. So yeah, I'm a little bit drained, but not like the end of the world,
Yeah.
Well,
that's good.
I ain't dancing around the house tonight, you know what I'm saying? But I am glad the little girl was found. I'm a little tired,
Yeah.
The happiness is there. I just tired as shit,
Right. Well, you made it back safe. Can I bring up the boneyard real quick? Am I allowed to bring up the Morphew thing?
You get real quick. If it's quick, after you done said it, like you say it, and then be like, can I say it? But since you already said it, like, yeah, quickly.
Can I bring up the boneyard? Yeah, so, it's called the Boneyard, where Morphew's remains, Suzanne Morphew's remains were found. And people know this already, and I've touched upon this on my channel and whatever.
Okay, I got the link to the press conference, so I'm going to pull this over here.
Okay, is it starting now? No, you just got
this is
the
from
link.
the governor. It ain't started yet. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got
okay. All right. Well, so they found the 26-year-old Montoya's remains in July. And then they're looking for Edna Quintilla or Quintana. Now I don't know. I think it's Quintana. Anyway, and then they find Suzanne, as we all know. And I'm thinking, because I feel allegedly, more than likely, really more than likely, that, Barry did it.
I just seen a picture of him walking into his hotel with 2 shovels too. But guys that are tuning in, this is the press conference right here. The governor's going to speak. I got it pulled up, so as soon as it comes up, it's on live right now. There's 1,000 in the press conference live from whatever the governor's going to say there in New York. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, Tina, like I said, I seen some pictures of him surface today with him walking into his hotel with 2 shovels.
Yeah,
he looks
sketch.
guilty as shit to me, to be honest.
Yeah, he really does. And this is what I just wanted to add is that I read that somebody thinks that he probably buried her at that boneyard with other people, so that other people or the cops would think if she was ever found that someone else must have done it, because there's other bodies and bones there.
Yeah.
And it kind of, makes some sense. But I just wanted to throw that in there, and it's really close to the road. It's only a few darn yards.
Well,
from the damn side of the road, all these bones where people are being buried.
Sometimes, the best hiding spot is right out in plain sight.
Yeah. Yep, you're an investigator. All right, I'll let you go. Glad you made it back safe.
All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
All right. So, like I said, we have the press conference pulled up. So as soon as she goes live, I will let you guys know. Okay. Let me go ahead and close that. So I can jump over here to the phone lines. Dolly.
People cut Tina was trying to impersonate me.
She was. She ain't a good Chrissy. She tried.
Apricot, hi. You don't have it down quite. A little bit more work.
So this is in your neighborhood there.
Yes, it is, Jimmy.
Christy.
That's twice, Jimmy, that you came by in Delaware, the other time in Pennsylvania. Did you stop by in Philadelphia? No.
Nobody stops in Philadelphia. They drive fast as they can through there.
You just kept on driving by.
Fast.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, you know, it ain't the nicest place.
You gas up before you don't, so you don't have to gas up there.
That's the truth. Ain't that the truth?
You fill up before you get close to that place.
But Jimmy, listen, I think you had a couple things, like from what about this case, a couple things. Not that they're wrong, but I think that you're mistaken with this ransom thing. I don't think the ransom note was really the reason why he kidnapped that girl. I mean, he kidnapped that girl because he has a past, and he's a sex offender, and he did it before. He has a record of doing it, and he what? Yeah, well, yeah, he did something to a little boy.
Oh Lord!
And he
dudes still like they should chop his feet off.
Right. So I mean, he should be put in jail and never get out, because he was locked up before and then got out. And look, he does it again. It's not about the ransom, and it's not that they're rich or in the mafia. This guy's first priority is little girls, and he's a sex offender. Yeah. So he hides behind the crazy.
Where's the mom?
Huh? No, he's not. I don't think not.
It's the mom.
Because they were saying that he has 3 known addresses, and they checked each address out. I don't know if they found her walking on the street, but they checked every address he was in. It sounded like that she was in a house. I don't know.
Yeah, baby Dimple. Let me explain it. She says, "Can you explain the Boneyard talk?" Boneyard is the Suzanne Morphew case, and the husband Barry said that his wife got eaten by a mountain lion, basically, or some shit of that nature. But she was in a shallow grave off the side of the road in this boneyard, or like low shallow graveyard, old graveyard or something. And that's what the Boneyard talk was about. Okay, Christy, I'm back.
Okay. So anyway, I think I'm so glad. I pray for that little girl all day today, and God is good, and prayers go answered.
Right?
For that Charlotte.
I'm so used to like everything being so bad, but lately things.
Oh my God! But you know the difference between Don Wells and when missing, Summer Wells. They didn't report Summer Wells missing until hours later, if not days later. And that's why they found this little girl so fast, because the mom was on it 15 minutes later.
Well, Summer Wells was alive that day because they got TBI confirmed proof of life, because they were called at that Sonic. So they didn't wait days. They did report her that day.
Yeah, but was it right away?
It wasn't right away. But it wasn't like days later or anything. I don't want to put out just straight, like, because I don't really trust.
The first thing I thought of is Don Wells in New York. I thought, as soon as I saw a little girl missing, I thought of Don Wells.
As soon as I seen a little girl go missing, I thought of Andrew Hiltz. And he was talking about it today from what I heard. I was like, another little girl goes missing.
No.
I know where you at, Andrew. I told you I got eyes on you at all times, Mr. Panda Bear.
No, they frequented this campsite often, and it was right near their house, like 15, 20 minutes away. So the little girl probably was real familiar with the territory inside the campsite.
Michelle, thank you so much, Michelle. She said, thumbs up. Yes, I was also thinking.
Thank you for your thanks. Thank you. And don't listen to your caller.
Okay, woman. The governor still ain't up there yet. It's got 1,500 people.
Listen to me. The hell with the governor. Listen to me. It's not about the mafia. It's not about no ransom. It's about a sex offender. And these sex offenders should be locked up forever because they cannot be rehabilitated.
I think you got mob ties, lady.
No. People think these people can be rehabilitated. They
What
can't,
family?
Jimmy.
What family you with?
What? Me?
Why are you trying to shift the blame from the mob?
Because you think everybody from New York is mob related? No.
In New York and the mob.
No, Jimmy.
They're in Vegas. Mobsters.
Not for me. But I did notice you
Philly, New York, Boston, and Vegas, y'all all mobsters.
Jimmy, you zoomed on by Philadelphia twice now. And I'm counting. Okay? I'm counting.
We're gonna go for
What you think? What?
I'm going for a record. How many times I can drive past Philly?
Yeah. What you think of Pennsylvania when you look for what's his name? What's his name?
Pennsylvania. They need to change the laws for one in Pennsylvania, and two,
What? No, the people were friendly out there, weren't they?
friendly people. Yes, I would say the people were.
Well, you only stayed there 2 minutes and you left.
Well, no, I was there 2 days and left.
You weren't there. JLR hung in.
I was there.
Hung in like a trooper.
Huh?
JLR hung in like a trooper. He was there for like 2 straight weeks looking for that escape prisoner. And you were there for 1 hot
He
minute.
was there for 2 weeks looking at a cone.
Listen, he was dedicated.
To the cone.
Dedication.
The man was dedicated shit to that cone. Okay.
And you know what else? He came back to he's in New York right now.
I know.
He's gonna. Yeah. And where are you? Home.
I'm drinking Jesus tea.
Oh.
Okay.
But I'm surprised. I'm glad I never saw you move so fast.
What? I get around.
Yeah,
Plus,
like you heard it and you were up there. I was like,
they gave me the upgrade to the sports car. So I had a little sports car drive to the
You didn't have a clown car?
I didn't have a clown car this time. I got a badass rental. It's just bad as hell. Like a big ass muscle car. Okay, I'm on the link to the governor's. It says 1.7 in there and it ain't started. But somebody says
hi, Paper Cut. I love
which
Paper
channel
Cut.
is there a press conference on? Because it's damn sure not on this governor's site.
Tell Paper Cut. I said hi, Jimmy.
Okay, hold on. I will. Paper Cut. She said hi. Here's the news conference.
Hi, Paper Cut. Day.
All right, bye, Chrissy. All right, shit. All right, here it's on now. How do I blow this up? Hell with it. Just let it run like that. I got it. Here we go.
Good evening. This is a very good day. It's been a long 2 days, but tonight our prayers have been answered. We're overcome with relief and gratitude for this gift to all of us. And it is the people standing here with me that remind me why I'm so proud to be the governor of this state. Incredible men and women who were relentless in their pursuit of finding this little girl. Yesterday, I held Charlotte's parents in my arms. David and Trish, I went to the campsite. I saw the place that she had just been a joyful little girl the day before, riding her bike. As I was on the road she rode her bike on, saw where she left it. And her parents were just so overcome with sadness and grief. As a parent, I thought my own heart was breaking. And I said to them, I promise you this, we will bring Charlotte home to you. And as each hour went on, hope faded, because we all know the stories. The first 24 hours, there's hope. When you hit 48 hours, hope starts to wane. But when Charlotte disappeared in Moreau State Park, it was every parent's worst nightmare.
Amen.
But I knew I would be able to have assembled the team of individuals who would not stop. And I want to thank at this moment the individuals gathered here tonight and all the men and women across this state that they represent. And the FBI brought in their specialized trained individuals all the way from Washington to help with this search. I want to thank Deputy Superintendent Richard Allen, Lieutenant Colonel James Barnes, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Mazzone.
Good job,
Lieutenant
Governor.
Sager, for their work. New York State Park Police, Colonel Michael Dodona. The Office of Parks and Historic Preservation, Chief of Staff Randy Simons. Saratoga County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Jeffrey O'Connor. The Schenectady County Sheriff's Office, represented by the Schenectady Police Department. Police Department of Schenectady, Detective Sergeant Bradley Carlton. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, Acting Agent in Charge, Alfred Watson, who I met yesterday on site. New York State Department of Corrections and Community Services, Acting Commissioner Daniel Marticello. New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Forest Rangers, Basil Sagles. As I mentioned, when you hit that 48-hour moment, you realize it's going to be tough. And you start thinking the worst. But what happened was extraordinary. The case started to break at 4:20 a.m. this morning.
420, baby.
When the family's home that was being guarded by state police, when the parents were still starting another day at the campsite where they'd last seen their daughter. 4:20 a.m. The car pulls up to a mailbox. Something is left.
Oh, I was
State police
right.
Immediately go to the mailbox and identify what is a ransom note that had been left behind for Charlotte. State police worked diligently trying to find a match for a fingerprint. First one tried and wasn't successful. Second one was to identify any other prints in the New York State database that would be a match.
Damn.
The hit came at 2:30 in the afternoon. There had been a DWI in 1999 in the city of Saratoga. A fingerprint was found that matched what was found on the ransom note. So, a little more research work to identify the location and identifying the fact that there's a home they could visit. They found a double wide house with a woman, a suspect's mother. The suspect lived in the camper behind. They had what they call a dynamic entry, a tactical maneuver, and within the camper, they located the suspect. After some resistance, the suspect was taken into custody, and immediately the little girl was found in a cabinet, cupboard. She was rescued.
In a cabinet
She knew she was
cupboard.
being rescued. She knew that she was in safe hands.
He had
Parents
put
were
her in
immediately
a
notified.
cabinet.
This occurred at 6:32 this evening. The suspect, 47-year-old male named Craig Nelson Ross Jr., is still being questioned. At this moment, charges have not been brought, but they are fully expected.
Ooh, abduction, kidnapping. You going never going home.
The daughter was transported to local hospital, as is customary, and that's all the family wishes to reveal at this time. But they are united. She is in good hands. She appeared to be outwardly physically unharmed at the time, but we'll leave the rest of this information about little Charlotte to her family. Yeah. Often these stories don't end up like this. Every second is key.
I like
A lot of
Governor
pressure.
Tracy.
Split decisions are made. Because you know, not just a life is hanging in the balance, but a little innocent child's life is hanging in the balance. So to the teams behind me, You work quickly. You work with great urgency. You put it together, the puzzle pieces.
I agree with that.
You're able to track down the location of Charlotte through technology. But ultimately, it was the 2 SWAT teams, 1 federal, 1 state, that landed in helicopters in Boston Spa to rescue Charlotte. Still pretty overwhelming because all of us feared the worst. But I promise you, Trish and Dave, they would be reunited with little Charlotte once again, and she'd see her 2 sisters, one 10, one 4 years old. And obviously, it's a traumatic event for the family and certainly Charlotte. And we'll continue to keep this family in our prayers as they heal. But she'll be going home. That's the story. Charlotte will be going home. That's all I have to say on the details. Certainly there'll be many more coming out with respect to the suspect and how that case will proceed. I want to thank the media for their intense interest and the 400 volunteers who would not give up, 400 individuals from law enforcement, fire departments, city, county, state, and federal. It was an awesome sight to witness up at the state park yesterday. Everyone doing their job. But also, there are a lot of parents out there among the ranks. And everybody thinks, if it was my child, I would want everybody under the sun looking for them.
That is right. Amen, Governor.
So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You heard that.
Thank you. We brought Charlotte home. Any questions?
What are Schenectady agencies involved in this case?
Charlotte's uncle was a member of the police department in Schenectady. I understand if that's not correct. Correct. Fire department.
Was the suspect known to the family?
It has not been determined that the suspect was known to the family.
Was Charlotte randomly targeted, or did he know?
That is what will be revealed after more extensive questioning. The vehicle registered to the suspect, the address in the database was 2 miles from Charlotte's home.
2
He does
miles.
not know at this time whether he knew her or had her under surveillance for any length of time.
Sean? Governor, can you say, you said a letter was delivered. Was it delivered by mail carrier? Was it delivered by a third party? Do you have that information at this point?
It appears that it was by the suspect himself, that he literally drove up to the family's mailbox, assuming they were not home. 4:20 in the morning, opens the mailbox.
Why didn't they
and
pull
inserts
him?
The ransom note, leaving a critical piece of evidence behind, his own fingerprint.
And I would assume.
Damn,
the
dumb
car
old dumbass.
Details were also taken into consideration at that point. From the state police.
There was it happened very quickly. Obviously, it's dark, it's 4:20 in the morning, so it's hard to get a description of the vehicle. But there was some sense of the type of vehicle at the time when they left. So as they're piecing together all the evidence, it came together when they did the fingerprint match. It leads you to a name, it leads you to a vehicle, and that's why we know that he had a home. His mother's home is where he was found.
Hit that like button, guys. Share on your Facebook.
Mother lives there, double right home. He lives in a camper in the back, or at least he was there. But he also had his name was registered to a vehicle, and the address was a home 2 miles from where Charlotte lived.
And this just came out of nowhere. They just showed up at 4:30 in the morning. To your room.
Apparently so.
Apparently so.
Have you spoken to Charlotte at all, or Charlotte's family, since she's been found?
I've made a number of inquiries to the family. This is a traumatic time for them as they're going through, her health, taking care of her health right now. And I'll be speaking to the parents soon as I can.
You said there was some resistance with the suspect. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
When we made the dynamic entry into the residence, he did give our sword operators, our SWAT, some resistance in there. He was taken into custody. He did suffer some very minor injuries.
They whipped that ass.
But it was relatively minor, nothing big on the screen.
I mean, we only kicked him a couple times. Nothing bad.
I just want to say there's still a lot of searches underway. The home that he was registered to, a lot of information. So we want to make sure that he's not connected with any other cases. So that's why it's still an ongoing investigation.
Craig Ross,
at this time
Jr.
What were
What was the extent of the search in terms of the scope area that investigators, searchers were looking at?
I'll let you answer, Carla. But
are you asking about at the park?
The scope beyond the park. I've heard reports that it was beyond the park as well.
The original scope of the ground search was within the park. The information we received that took us to Ballston Spa was obviously outside the park. We had no ground search operations going on outside the park other than leads we were running down that we were developing throughout the 2 days.
Great, thank you.
What would you say were the
We're not
biggest
gonna disclose
takeaways
that.
from this massive search? What were some of the biggest takeaways from this search now that it's wrapped up?
I would say the biggest thing is you look at all these people behind us, it's cooperation of all the agencies. We don't work in silos. We have to work together to accomplish something like this. And you can never be too careful with your kids. Pay attention to where they're at, what they're doing. Things can happen in an instant. Charlotte was no more than probably 2/10 of a mile from where she was camping in a small area, and she was gone for her to ride her bike around that loop would take her about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So you think they're safe doing that at 9 years old, but you just got to be cognizant and be paying attention to things around you, your surroundings all the time.
That's
these things
right.
happen in a hurry. Unfortunately, today this ended in the right way.
Will there be any
idea on the motive?
Will there be any security protocols moving forward at the park?
we'll be doing an after-action report to identify any areas where the state parks can make any improvements. But obviously, this is a very random incident, and basically anyone who comes in and out of that park will have come through a certain entryway. Their name is, they purchase a ticket, you have their name in a database, so that is why that's also helpful to identify who's in the park. So that's also in a sense a security measure, because we always know who's in the park.
Did the suspect enter through the main gates?
We don't have any, we don't know how
You mentioned 2 helicopters to the arrest affected by the helicopters or the ground?
The arrest wasn't done by helicopter because of the seriousness of this incident. We brought in sword operators from throughout the state, and to expedite this, because obviously it was very time sensitive, we flew about 10 of our sword operators from downstate to be here to help with this entry. We normally operate about 6 or 8 people on a team. We had probably 20 sword operators make this entry with an FBI regional SWAT team. What SWORD stands for is our Special Operations Response Team. They are like most agencies have a SWAT team. We do that type of thing with our SWORD operators. They're full-time in that capacity, but they also do other things that normal SWAT teams don't do. We respond to high-angle rescue and different things with that team. They're a highly trained, highly capable unit that we use for just this type of thing. This is what they train for. This is what they live for, is to make entries like this and save someone's life.
All right, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
When the governor goes, she goes, don't she? She's like, deuces, bitch.
Is the park back open tomorrow?
We'll have to get back to you on that. I would assume it'll probably be back open. But
Any updates tomorrow that we should be aware of?
when we have more information, we'll have updates on our website, on our visual.
Any press conferences we should be aware of tomorrow?
With this tonight, probably not, but we'll let you know if we decide to do something. If we have more information, we can do it. Okay. It's an ongoing, active investigation, so we have a lot of.
Okay.
Were police present at the home when the?
They don't stop.
They were in the area. They were not able to get the vehicle. There was some suspicious activity, and we were able to obtain the note.
Where was the camper in relation to the family?
Right behind the house.
Was he a registered sex offender?
He is not.
He is not a registered sex offender. So everybody, guys in the chat, he is not, according to the police there. He is not a registered offender. He was living in a camper behind his mother's home. Okay, so there you have it from the governor. How they arrested him. He pulled up to the house 4:20 in the morning. Good number there, right? Good number. Drops off a ransom note, and it says, "Dear family, I was just watching Dolly Vision, and he said I'm going to prison for the rest of my life." Okay, here's a fingerprint. I don't know. Like, you look. You got to figure, if you're living in a camper behind your mama's house and you a grown ass man, you ain't the smartest dude, okay? Because you ain't figured out how to get out your mama's house. 2, you're living in a damn camper, okay? I ain't knocking you if you live in a camper. Some people live in campers, it's fine. I'm just saying, if you live at a camper behind your mama's camper, that ain't fine, okay? I don't think that's fine, okay? If you double camping, you know what I'm saying? Unless you got one of these really nice $250,000 shits that, you know, like, you like, damn, when you see them riding down the road, it looks like it costs more than your house on wheels. Now, if you got 2 of those parked side by side, now we're talking a different story. But if you got one mobile home with a flat tire and you got one shit with a busted window and you're living back to back, then, you know, you probably ain't the smartest criminal. You know, I'm just thinking in my head. Isn't a camper behind a camper more like a trailer park? No, because in some places you have trailer parks, okay? And then when you go like deep south and out into the country, you got just a trailer on like a piece of property, right? And then there'll be campers and broke down cars and fucking dead animals in the yard. And you got Miss Ann running out talking about, run my dogs over. It's like that down there, okay? It's just, if you ain't ever been, you got to, it's an experience. It's a total experience, okay? And I'm just playing, Miss Ann. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. But yeah, that happens. It's like a house of 1,000 corpses. Totally 100. Okay. Anytime you go into the country, that shit has eyes. It has you never know. You never know when you go. All right. So we found out a lot of the information that I came up here that was rumored was true. Okay, he did pull up to the mailbox. He did drop off a ransom note. The name was right. We batting 100 tonight. We batting 100 tonight. So miracles happen. Little girl is going to be reunited with her family if she hasn't already. DUI arrest in 1999 led him to his fingerprints in the database. Okay. Bam. He's done. He had a house. Well, he had a vehicle registered 2 miles from that house. But he didn't live there. He was living in a camper behind his mama's. And when they found the little girl, she was in a kitchen cabinet. Okay. That is strange. Get in the kitchen cabinet. Poor little girl, man. You know, it'll probably take her some time and some therapy and all kinds of stuff to make it through that one, right? So I'm going to go ahead and for anybody just tuning in might not have got to see that, I'm going to actually replay that one time. Wait a minute. That ain't what I was looking for. Okay. All right, just for anybody that missed it, we'll just go through it real quick again. What happened? Why ain't this shit playing? Oh, here we go. Uh-oh, I'm buffering. Can you guys see and hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Make sure my internet's not going down. There were 2 creeps in New York that share the last name. One recently in the news before Charlotte was abducted. Turn it up, Jimmy. Okay, give me a second. It ain't even playing. All right, here we go. We're just gonna replay it. Just make sure that y'all missed anything. Oh my God, you just described my yard. Except we have an old bus, not a camper. There you go. Bullhorn Base, I got almost out of Florida. See, I made the right call on that one, Bullhorn. I knew it was about to end. I had Jesus came to me and said, Dolly, go home. Thank you, Sassy. Yeah, if y'all just tuning in, please hit that like button. Let's see if we can get Dolly to 1K tonight. See if we can hit that 1K mark. It's been a minute. I feel unloved. This was like the Elizabeth Smart, but not smart. What's up, Lean on Me? Good to see you. The police have been doing a good job lately. Shout outs to the police. You ain't gonna get that much from me because I don't usually be shouting out the police. I usually be running from the police.
Good evening.
All right, for anybody that missed it.
This is a very good day.
Hell yeah, it is.
It's been a long 2 days, but tonight our prayers have been answered. Rover, come with relief and gratitude for this gift to all of us. And it is the people standing here with me that remind me why I'm so proud to be the governor of this state. Incredible men and women who were relentless in their pursuit of finding this little girl. Yesterday, I held Charlotte's parents in my arms. David and Trish, I went to the campsite. I saw the place that she had just been a joyful little girl the day before, riding her bike. I was on the road she rode her bike on, saw where she left it. And her parents were just so overcome with sadness and grief. As a parent, I thought my own heart was breaking. And I said to them, I promise you this, we will bring Charlotte home to you. And as each hour went on, hope faded because we all know the stories. The first 24 hours, there's hope. When you hit 48 hours, hope starts to wane. But when Charlotte disappeared in Moreau State Park, it was every parent's worst nightmare. But I knew I would be able to have assembled the team of individuals who would not stop. And I want to thank at this moment the individuals gathered here tonight and all the men and women across this state that they represent. And the FBI brought in their specialized trained individuals all the way from Washington to help with this search. I want to thank Deputy Superintendent Richard Allen, Lieutenant Colonel James Barnes, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Mazzone, Major Dennis Shager, for their work. New York State Park Police, Colonel Michael Dodona, the Office of Parks and Historic Preservation, Chief of Staff Randy Simons, Saratoga County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Jeffrey O'Connor, the Schenectady County Sheriff's Office, represented by the Schenectady Police Department, Police Department of Schenectady, Detective Sergeant Bradley Carlton, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Acting Agent in Charge, Alfred Watson, who I met yesterday on site.
Can you guys hear that
New York State
okay?
Department of Corrections and Community Services, Acting Commissioner Daniel Marticello, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Forest Rangers,
Hold on a second, guys.
but what happened was extraordinary.
Kind of turn
The
it
case
up.
started to break at 4:20 a.m. this morning when the family's home that was being guarded by state police, when the parents were still starting another day at the campsite where they'd last seen their daughter. 4:20 a.m. The car pulls up to a mailbox. Something is left. State police immediately go to the mailbox,
She is talking slow.
identify what is a ransom note that had been left behind for Charlotte. State police worked diligently trying to find a match for a fingerprint. First one tried and wasn't successful. Second one was to identify any other prints in the New York State database that would be a match. The hit came at 2:30 in the afternoon. There had been a DWI in 1999 in the city of Saratoga. A fingerprint was found that matched what was found on the ransom note. So, a little more research work to identify the location and identifying the fact that there was a home they could visit. They found a double wide house.
Double wide
with a
trailer.
woman,
Ain't no double wide
the
house.
suspect's mother. The suspect lived in the camper behind. They had what they call a dynamic entry, a tactical maneuver, and within the camper, they located the suspect. After some resistance, the suspect was taken into custody, and immediately the little girl was found in a cabinet, cupboard. She was rescued. And she knew she was being rescued. She knew that she was in safe hands.
What happened?
Introducing Avocado's body-hugging, certified organic luxury mattress.
All right, hold on.
Made with 17 luxurious, supportive layers. Shop today at avocadomattress.com.
We got hit with a commercial.
Her parents were immediately notified. This occurred at 6:32 this evening. The suspect, 47-year-old male named Craig Nelson Ross Jr., is still being questioned. At this moment, charges have not been brought, but they are fully expected.
Fully expected.
The
Fry that
daughter was
ass.
transported- The daughter was transported to local hospital, as is customary. And that's all the family wishes to reveal at this time. That they are united. She is in good hands. She appeared to be outwardly physically unharmed at the time, but we'll leave the rest of just information about little Charlotte to her family.
Okay.
Often these stories don't end up like this. Every second is key. There's a lot of pressure. Split decisions are made. Because you know, not just a life is hanging in the balance, but a little innocent child's life is hanging in the balance. So to the teams behind me, you work quickly. You work with great urgency. You put it together, the puzzle pieces.
JR ain't got a private
Building
jet.
track down the location of Charlotte through technology, But ultimately, it was the 2 SWAT teams, 1 federal, 1 state, that landed in helicopters in Boston Spa to rescue Charlotte. Still pretty overwhelming because all of us feared the worst. But I promise you, Trish and Dave, they be reunited with little Charlotte once again, and she see her 2 sisters, one 10, one 4 years old. And obviously it's a traumatic event for the family and certainly Charlotte. And we'll continue to keep this family in our prayers as they heal. But she'll be going home. That's the story. Charlotte will be going home. That's all I have to say on the details. Certainly there'll be many more coming out with respect to the suspect and how that case will proceed.
He had to be following her, Suzanne.
And the 400 volunteers who would not give up, 400 individuals from law enforcement, fire departments, city, county, state, and federal. It was an awesome sight to witness up at the state park yesterday. Everyone doing their job. But also, there are a lot of parents out there among the ranks. And everybody thinks, if it was my child, I would want everybody under the sun looking for them.
That's so true.
So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
She have too much wine with dinner.
We brought Charlotte home. Any questions?
What are Schenectady agencies involved in this case?
Charlotte's uncle was a member of the police department in Schenectady. I understand if that's not correct. Someone correct. Fire department.
Was the suspect known to the family?
It has not been determined that the suspect was known to the family.
Was Charlotte randomly targeted, or did he know?
That is what will be revealed after more extensive questioning. The vehicle registered to the suspect, the address in the database was 2 miles from Charlotte's home, but it is not known at this time whether he knew her or had her under surveillance for any length of time.
Sean? Governor, can you say, you said a letter was delivered. Was it delivered by mail carrier? Was it delivered by a third party? Do you have that information at this point?
It appears that it was by the suspect himself, that he literally drove up to the family's mailbox, assuming they were not home.
Yeah, he was
4:20 in the
stalking.
morning, opens the mailbox and inserts the ransom note, leaving a critical piece of evidence behind.
New York did a good job, but the perp was an
I would
idiot.
assume the car details were also taken into consideration at that point. For the state process.
There was it happened very quickly. Obviously, it's dark, it's 4:20 in the morning, so it's hard to get a description of the vehicle. But there was some sense of the type of vehicle at the time when they left. So as they're piecing together all the evidence, it came together when they did the fingerprint match. It leads you to a name, it leads you to a vehicle, and that's why we know that he had a home. His mother's home is where he was found. Again, double wide trailer, mother lives there, double wide home. He lives in a camper in the back, or at least he was there, but he also had his name was registered to a vehicle, and the address was a home.
Yeah, in a few minutes.
Charlotte lived.
And this just came out of nowhere. They just showed up at 4:30 in the morning. To your room.
Apparently so.
Can I say anything?
Have you spoken to Charlotte at all, or Charlotte's family, since she's been found?
I've made a number of inquiries to the family. This is a traumatic time for them as they're going through, her health, taking care of her health right now. And I'll be speaking to the parents soon as I can.
You said there was some resistance with the suspect. Can you elaborate
Not yet.
on that?
When we made the dynamic entry into the residence, he did give our
Send me his picture, guys. My Facebook.
some resistance in there. He was taken into custody. He did suffer some very minor injuries.
They whipped that ass.
But it was relatively minor, nothing big in the scuffle.
Great, thanks everybody.
I just want to say there's still a lot of searches underway. The home that he was registered to, a lot of information. So you want to make sure that he's not connected with any other cases. So that's why it's still an ongoing investigation. But at this time, there's no evidence of that.
What were
At
some
the
of
end
the,
of
what were
the
some of
search,
the
what was the extent, like,
They're making
of
sure
the
he ain't
search in
kidnapped
terms of
nobody
the
else
scope
before.
area that, investigators, searchers were looking at?
I'll let you answer, Carolyn. But
Are you asking about at the park?
The scope beyond the park, I've heard reports that it was beyond the park as well.
The original scope of the ground search was within the park. The information we received that took us to Boston Spa was obviously outside the park. We had no ground search operations going on outside the park other than leads we were running down that we were developing throughout the 2 days.
Great, thank you.
what would you say were the
We're not
biggest
gonna disclose
takeaways
that.
from this massive search? What were some of the biggest takeaways from this search now that it's wrapped up?
I would say the biggest thing is you look at all these people behind us, it's cooperation of all the agencies. We don't work in silos. We have to work together to accomplish something like this. And you can never be too careful with your kids. Pay attention to where they're at, what they're doing. Things can happen in an instant. Charlotte was no more than probably 0.2 of a mile from where she was camping in a small area, and she was gone for her to ride her bike around that loop would take her about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So you think they're safe doing that at 9 years old, but you just got to be cognizant and be paying attention to things around you, your surroundings all the time. These things happen in a hurry. Unfortunately, today this ended in the right way.
Will there be
Any idea on the motive?
Will there be any security protocols moving forward at the park?
we'll be doing an after-action report to identify any areas where the state parks can make any improvements. But obviously, this is a very random incident, and basically anyone who comes in and out of that park will have come through a certain entryway. Their name is, they purchase a ticket, you have their name in a database, so that is why that's also helpful to identify who's in the park. So that's also in a sense a security measure, because we always know who's in the park.
Did the suspect enter through the main gates?
We don't have any, we don't know how
You need two helicopters to the arrest by the helicopters or the ground?
The arrest wasn't done by helicopter because of the seriousness of this incident. We brought in sword operators from throughout the state, and to expedite this, because obviously it was very time sensitive, we flew about 10 of our sword operators from downstate to be here to help with this entry. We normally operate about 6 or 8 people on a team. We had probably 20 sword operators make this entry with an FBI regional SWAT team. What SWORD stands for is our Special Operations Response Team.
She said, "Tell them, bitch."
Like most agencies have a SWAT team.
Hear the governor, she's like, "Tell them." Commercial.
We do that type of thing with our SWORD operators. They're full-time in that capacity, but they also do other things that normal SWAT teams don't do. We respond to high-angle rescue and different things with that team. They're a highly trained, highly capable unit that we use for just this type of thing. This is what they're trained for. This is what they live for, is to make entries like this. And
Hey, live for it.
Right,
Live for this shit.
I have 2 questions. Does this mean that's how embryos are sent out? Was there a delay this time? A lot of people are asking about that.
Is the park back open tomorrow?
We'll have to get back to you on that. I would assume it'll probably be back open, but
Any updates tomorrow that we should be aware of?
when we have more information, we'll have updates on our website, on our visual.
Any press conferences we should be aware of tomorrow?
With this tonight, probably not, but we'll let you know if we decide to do something. If we have more information, we can do. Okay. It's an ongoing active investigation, so we have a lot of work to do.
So were police present at the home when the ransom note was dropped?
They were in the area. They were not able to get the vehicle. There was some suspicious activity, and we were able to obtain the note.
Where was the camper in relation to the family?
Right behind the house.
Was he a registered sex offender?
He's not.
So he said he's not a sexual offender. So maybe
I want to have some fun.
damn, everything's a commercial on that. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted for y'all guys that might have just been tuning in to that. Let me close this. If I can figure it out. All right, let's go ahead and close that up. That drives me absolutely insane. All right, let me jump back over here. Cut my camera on. All right, let's blow this up. All right, so anyway, great news. Like I said, little girl found. Governor came out and spoke. Details, not 100. It sounds to me that he was stalking the family. You know, at one point, he must have lived near them. So he may have seen the little girl, but it sounds like, you know, he didn't kidnap her from the home. It sounds like he may have followed her to wherever they were camping and was watching and waited for his opportunity. Okay. So let me shut some of this stuff that I got open. The phone lines are still open. So I want to hear from you guys. What do y'all think? And you know, of course, he's going to be charged with a whole bunch of shit. Okay. So they had special people come in to raid that house. They flew in. I didn't catch that the first time they said it, but I caught it the second time. Dolly Vision, I posted his pics on your Facebook. Did you send them to my Facebook or did you post them on my Dolly Vision group or what? Hold on, let me look. Let me see if I got what you sent me. Let's see, Dolly Vision. Okay, just now. Okay, I see it. Oh, here's his photo. All right, here we go, guys. Let's bring him over here. Let's bring it over here. Let's check this guy out. This is him. All right. So if y'all ain't joined up the Dolly Facebook group yet, this is the Dolly Vision Facebook group. You can join up. There's a couple questions in the beginning of it. Make sure you answer them, because if you don't answer those questions, we don't accept you into the group because you might be a bot. So make sure you answer them questions. And this is the man right here. It's saying serial predator released. You sure this is right? Is that him? Okay, this may be a picture of him. I'm not positive because I don't know what the damn guy looks like. I bet Ross is on YouTube. Creepy looking one. He has a live scheduled for tomorrow. He's creepy looking. Can't place a finger on what the governor reminds me. Gives me the mean lady vibes. Yeah, she kind of reminds me of like a prosecutor. Okay, the governor. Maybe she was a prosecutor before she became governor, but she gives me that like mean lady prosecutor vibe. Like, you're going to prison for life. Okay. Dude looks older than 40. I'm not positive. Okay, some say it's the wrong Dolly Vision. Oh, some are saying I'm wrong Dolly Vision. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not for sure what the guy looks like. So that dude did look a little older than 40. And we heard the officer say that he wasn't a RSO. Okay. So this says right here, serial predator released. So I doubt that is him if he's not a, you know, there's, you know, sometimes people's names are common. Like I have a real common name, you know, so. Hey, Lolo wants to come in and say hi to everybody. Say hi, Lo. Say hi. Tell them to hit the like on the video. Like, comment, sub, right? If we get 1,000 likes, Lolo gets a treat. Don't you, Lolo? Say hey to everybody. All right. Now sit down. If anybody actually has a real picture of them, I could probably search it, but I ain't really got so much time. I'm gonna be back tonight to do the panel channel. So if you guys want to hang out tonight, chop it up live on panel. I will be on Dolly Uncensored later tonight. I still got to get my stuff unpacked. I haven't even packed from being back from going to this yet. I didn't make it, but I attempted, But look, like I said, I would rather go a million times and turn around that these kids are found than having to make it all the way there and they're not found. Right. So tonight we got a miracle, especially with it being a real kidnapping. Like usually when people kidnap you, they don't get you back. So good news, good news, good news. Pam C says, amen, Jimmy. Okay. So, get some sleep, Dolly. Salute. Well, I mean, I'm awake. I took a nap, for a little bit. So I dozed off, but I'm good. I'm good. Good news for sure, says Jennifer. Dolly, give Lolo a treat. Continue prayer. Well, of course, she's going to need some therapy, and I'm sure the little girl is shaken up, especially if she didn't know this guy. And you imagine being a kid and somebody to snatch you. Next thing you know, you in a kitchen cupboard in the cabinet. And she had to be scared. But, you heard the governor say when they got to her, she knew she was being rescued. Because at 9 years old, you watching TV, you watching movies. You know what's going on at 9 years old. I mean, you might not completely understand the reasons why things are happening, but you know what's happening. So, the little girl was scared to death. It'll probably take, years of counseling for her to deal with this. Like, I can tell you this, that I dated a girl. The girl I dated in high school, she was kidnapped when she was a kid. Okay. True story. She was kidnapped from a bowling alley. She was there with her parents. And a dude she just kind of walked off a few feet from her parents. Dude walked up and picked her up like it was her kid. She was, I don't know, she was like about 8, 9 years old. And he grabbed her, ran through a parking lot with her behind a building and tried to sexually assault her. She was screaming and something spooked him and he ran and left her behind the building. But he actually walked up in a bowling alley full of people. I mean, the whole place full of people on a busy day and scooped her up and walked right out the door. So, and tried to sexually assault her. So you just never know. You can be somewhere where you think everything's okay, but these people are monsters, right? And they're lurking there just waiting for you to turn your eye, right? And boom, that's all it takes, that quick. And it's crazy, but it happens all the time. People getting kidnapped out of busy malls. And, these days, thank God we do have a lot of cameras everywhere. Now, that park, like I said, somebody has sent me a video of the park and it had a camera at the entranceway of the park. So if you came in the park, they got you. If you come out the park, they got you. I mean, but that's just basically what vehicles are going in and out the park. You still got to pinpoint who would kidnap a kid, which a lot of people in one day probably go in and out of that park. So that, that probably takes a long time to narrow that down. And, they only had 48 hours. So they're probably watching videos, scanning through it, looking at every car that's went in and out of that place. But the biggest mistake the dude made, of course, was dropping off that ransom note himself. Now, my understanding is they said they had the house watching it and they watched him do it. Why didn't they stop him? Right? But good thing they didn't, because they would have stopped him right there. He might not have told where the kid was at. Okay. And I wonder if his mom knew. Okay. Hey, where's their kid crying out there? I hear something in your trailer from my double wide house that I've never heard. The governor said she was in a double wide house. Make that make sense. And you know what we call that in the South? We call that a trailer. Okay. You live in a damn double wide trailer. We don't call that shit a house. Now, these days, if you want to get fancy, They call them modular homes. Okay. If you think you too good to fucking live in a trailer park, you'd be like, I live in a modular home. Bitch, you live in a trailer. Okay. It's the same thing. Ain't no shame in it, right? Houses are expensive. Trailers are expensive. Shit, I drove past the trailer the other day. That shit was $120,000. I said, you got to be shitting me. They want $120,000 for a trailer. That shows you how much the price of homes are going up. All right. Damn, trailers, $120,000. I remember you could buy a house. My first house was like $120,000. Okay. It was a starter home. It was raggedy as shit, but I'm thinking that was a house, though, solid foundation, yard. You know what I'm saying? You can't get shit for nothing these days, right? You want a house, you better have $400,000. Manufactured homes is what they call them. Okay, whatever, you know. Whatever it be, okay. Somebody said trailers are $280,000 here. That's what I'm saying. It's like, ain't no shame in like living it, but when you hear people say it and they try to use a fancy term for it, right? Look, I've lived in a trailer, but way back in the day. But I didn't never go, it was a damn, that's a modular home, or you know what I'm saying? It don't got wheels, so it ain't a trailer. You put some skirting on it, it ain't a house. All right. Houses usually don't come with skirting. Not most of them. Okay. Camper life, you know. In Florida, trailers are expensive. I know. I mean, there's some trailers that are beachfront property and shit, but it just depends where it's at, what you live in. I've seen some really nice trailers. I've seen some trailers that are nicer than custom homes, you know, with hot tubs, double-sided fireplaces, all kinds of stuff. So these days, when you live in a trailer park, it ain't the same as like the 60s you lived in a trailer park, you know, or the 80s. Trailers these days like super nice, you know. So like I said, when I drove by one, I was like, man, that shit costs as much as you might as well buy a house. Manufactured homes, that's another name. Camper life is cheap, just have to downsize a lot. I could never live in a camper. I got a whole house to myself. Okay. It's a 3-bedroom house. I'm running out of room, and it's just me and Lolo. Okay. Like I got stuff everywhere. So I need a bigger house, to be honest. Freddie R said, I'm grateful to have a double wide. See, ain't no shame in the game. At least you got a roof over your head, you know, but it ain't a double wide house. You know what I'm saying? So I think of it, you know, if I'm thinking double wide house, I'm thinking if you build a house and you build another house right next to it and you butted them up together, to me, that'd be a double wide house. Okay. I've never heard nobody call a trailer a double wide house. We were living in a 1-bedroom RV while they were working on our new property. It was miserable the entire month. Yeah, like I got a camper. I wouldn't want to live in it. Like if you got to stay in it a little bit, it ain't the end of the world. But I damn sure wouldn't want to live in it. Like there's more stuff in my studio right here that wouldn't fit in a camper. That ain't count my bedroom. That ain't count my living room, my bathroom stuff, my kitchen stuff, all my stuff. I mean, I would need a lot of room. I need a big ass camper. I can tell you that. Dolly has a house, but can't afford a Prime YouTube membership. Okay. Hit that super chat. I'd be able to afford it. Damn it. Don't hate the player, hate the game. The game is cheating me. Okay. No, that wasn't YouTube anyway. It was playing the commercials. That was Facebook. Yeah, Facebook like to hit you with the commercials and shit now, right? That wasn't even YouTube. I played that video off of Facebook. So them were Facebook commercials. I don't know if you can pay to skip Facebook commercials. I know you can pay for the premium package on YouTube and you don't get YouTube commercials. But we wasn't watching that on YouTube. And as a matter of fact, I do need to get that membership because I have been running Dolly's True Crime 24 hours. until I went on that trip. Now it ain't been running, but I'm going to start that back up later tonight. That stream that just runs 24 hours of all my old shows. So I do need to pay for that Prime membership on YouTube, so it commercials don't keep popping up. So I need to get one anyway. So Dolly does got to stop being a cheap ass and go ahead and fork that $20 a month up to YouTube. Okay. Jimmy, you must have never seen a park model. I'll pay to skip ads. I like to have extra room for guests. Suspect's name is Charles Ross Jr. Dolly. Okay. What did I call him? Craig? I thought they said it was Craig. Craig Ross Jr. Prime is free with Amazon membership. Hey, Dolly, just now getting off work. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Night all. It's late. Jimmy, I want to live in a Gilligan Island hut. It is Craig Ross. Okay. That's what they said. That's what I thought. It's Craig. Craig Nelson Ross Jr. That's why I think people are getting them mixed up, is because of there's multiple people with the same name. All right. Hold on. Let's see what this is. All right. This is what this is who people are saying. Hold on. Let me see if I can blow this up. Let me download this. I'm going to show y'all who they're saying this is. Okay. I've downloaded it. Let me pull it up. So I need to be able to blow it up. Go to downloads. All right. Now, I'm not positive this is him, but this is who they're saying it is. All right. Now, I could be showing the wrong person if I am. This is all allegedly rumors and things like that. So make sure you factually check your confirmation. I'm not trying to dox no dude that it ain't got nothing to do with this and nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff I'm getting in. The people are saying, hey, Dolly, this may be the guy. Okay. So take it as that. Don't be, you know. All right. Let me jump over here and show y'all. They're saying this is the guy. I don't know. He don't look crazy. To me, he looks like a normal old dude. But you know, I'm not positive this is him, right? Because like you said, this name is one of those names, I guess, that people are mistaking who he is for other people. So I'm not positive, but somebody sent me the picture and said, hey, this is him. You're a robot. Sound check. Okay, it might be my internet. I seen a different one. Yes, that be him. Okay. That's what people are saying, that is him. Guidance, I am missing your shorts. I didn't look at his pic. Better now. I don't know, man. I don't know what this guy thinking. Was he thinking something criminal? Or was he thinking something horrible? You know, was this like, I want money. You give me a kid, I get, you know, money, I give you a kid back. Did he kidnap this kid because he wanted to do something bad? I mean, I guess is he crazy? I mean, he does look, he is a grown man. Let's just say this is him. All right. I don't know for a fact that this is him. All right. This could be some random innocent man that ain't never did nothing to nobody. So we're going to treat him as an innocent man for now. But if you this age, I'm just using his age for example, because you can see clearly this man is close to his 40s or in his 40s, living with your mother in a trailer in her backyard. You've made some serious bad mistakes. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. You zigged when you should have zagged or something of that nature. Now let me see what else people are sending me here real quick. Okay, wait, here's another photo. Okay. All right. We're still just waiting to figure out if that's him or not. I'm not positive that is the dude. So I just want to, clarify that, the image of the man you've seen on the screen. Some people are saying that could be possibly him. Who knows, right? We'll know officially when the police releases mugshots and things of that nature. But not a good person. Good people don't kidnap your kids, okay? Like, they don't do that and take off with them. So he's pretty much done, I think. Craig Ross Jr. He's done, man. I've seen a dude get 20 years, right? 20 years for abduction because he told a girl to get in the cooler while he was robbing a gas station. Okay. He was robbing a gas station. He told the girl to go get in the cooler. They gave him 20 years for abduction. Okay. So Craig Ross Jr., you done, buddy. They're going to hit you with so many felony charges. And you ain't never getting out of jail. Hopefully. I pray, man. But I've lost so much faith in our justice system with letting people out that are horrible. Okay. Like, I do believe some people can be rehabilitated. I do. But there's a lot of people that can't. And I just think we give people too many chances in this world. We got to be able to have a way to go, okay, maybe you've earned your freedom and things of this nature. But to send somebody to prison where they ain't getting no counseling and no help with whatever their problem is, and then putting them people right back into society and hoping that they do good, I don't think that's the answer. But let's put people around a bunch of badass people for 20 years and expect them to get out and be a good person. I think to be a good person, you need to be around good people. That stuff rubs off on you. You're around bad people, even I can become bad, right? Like, just that energy will rub off on you. Negative energy, positive energy. The more positive energy you're around, the more positive things that happen. The more negative energy you're around, the more negativity you'll have in your life. I mean, that shit's facts. I ain't come up with that, So I tend to try to stay more towards the positive people to keep my energy good, They need to be falling to that daily beatdown therapy. Well, whatever it is that's going on with people, their minds. That's always what made me be into serial killers is people's minds, what goes on in somebody's mind. And to me, I can explain to you what interests me in a serial killer is the moment they snap. One day you're a normal person, just a regular old dude doing your regular old thing. And the next day you want to kill people. It's that moment of snapping that has always interested me. What made the person flip? Right? Like, what in their head went, let me go chop this person up, and if they had normal thoughts first, if they were always this psycho crazy from the time they were young, but that don't tend to be the case. It tends to be the case. Like, there's a moment in time where something's happened or accumulation of things that happen and people lose their shit. Like, some people lose it and, and have a nervous breakdown, or some people lose it and come back. And then some people lose it and go fucking psycho, like cuckoo, crazy psycho. And I think that, when you get into it, like, the more intelligent people, when they lose their mind, that's the ones that become serial killers. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, you ever notice that these people that are prolific serial killers, they usually have a higher IQ than the average person. But it's something in their head is fucked up. How could they be smarter but be dumb and destroy their whole lives? It's something in your wig that snaps, right? And they can't come back from it. Is it curable? To me, there's just a couple of things in this planet I think you shouldn't be released for. Murder. You take somebody's life, you deserve to spend the rest of your life in prison, or you deserve to die. Rape. Your ass shouldn't be getting out of prison. There's a lot of circumstances to rapes, you know. But if you just go out and rape some fucking, I ain't talking about, you know, some 18-year-old dude that's dating a 16-year-old chick. I'm talking about you, some stranger, you see some chick, you go over there and you assault her and do those things to her. You don't deserve to get out of prison. Ever. Okay? Because at that point, to me, you're a danger to society. Okay? That's pretty much. Other things, crimes, I don't look at it as bank robbery. Yeah, as long as you don't kill nobody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Give you 15. People that sell drugs, you know, prisons are loaded with that. Loaded to the max with that. I don't think they should house rapists and killers with regular inmates. Okay? You shouldn't, like, if you in prison for, let's say you beat somebody up, you stole a car, you robbed a damn grocery store, didn't kill nobody. Okay? You stole something, you broke into a house. You know, I don't think those people, I think those people right there can be rehabilitated. Right? They took the wrong path, and then their crimes are like, they're fixable. Okay, you can teach somebody, hey man, it's wrong to sell drugs, don't do these things. You can't erase some of them crazy thoughts of killing in some of these people's minds. But these other people, that's why I don't think they should be housed together, because you got these people living together and that energy rubs off on people. That's why I don't think people get out of prison. They're already surrounded with negative energy when they get out. That's what I think, because it's just the people they around. So I think if you're going to house people, house them at certain levels, depending on what you in jail for. Like, you know, I was in jail from a fight I got into in a bar. Okay? Felony charge at the time. I didn't end up getting convicted of a felony or nothing. But I was arrested for a felony charge. And because it was over a bar fight. The person sleeping next to me was a killer. The person sleeping on the other side of me was an armed robber. Okay? 2 armed robbers. A dude was in there for shoplifting. A man was in there for beating another man to death with his hands. He's the biggest man I ever seen in my life. Okay? I ain't never seen a dude this big. I mean, he was at least, I can't even put my arms out how wide this man was. And that was his chest. He was just like a wall. Like, holy shit. And he was a Muslim guy, and he was in there for beating a man to death. You gotta house people to, like, how are you supposed to rehabilitate people if they around the worst of the worst? Okay? Like, how are you going to rehabilitate this dude that shoplifts when you got him sleeping next to a killer and a robber, and they're over there talking about killing and robbing people? How does that rehabilitate that guy? I mean, make it make sense. It don't. I just think if you're placed around people for the same kind of crimes, you can help people with their problems a little bit better. That's just my suggestion. I don't know how to fix the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that would be a better system. Cam and Allie were arrested for child abuse. Who would have ever thought? Me. I would have thought. Look, when you doing drugs, nothing you do surprises me. Okay? Nothing. If they would have been butt naked trying to climb up the side of a building, it wouldn't have surprised me. You know why? Because they're on drugs. If BK today was to do something stupid, get arrested running down the street with a bullhorn stuck up his butt, would I be surprised? No, because he's always doing something stupid. And he's on drugs. So it don't surprise. Now, when your problems with drugs are getting so bad that you're hurting your kids, you need help. And hey, look, Cam and Allie, this is a message from Dolly. Jail will help your ass because you need it. Okay, if you out there beating on your kids or hurting your kids or putting your kids in danger, you need some jail. Jail good for you. In some situations, we build jails for a reason. All right. For people like you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Don't do drugs and beat on your kids. Don't hurt your kids. Take care of your kids, man. It's like hurting yourself. But if you're out there doing hard drugs, you're already hurting yourself. Okay? Because that's what you're doing to yourself. You're just trying to kill yourself slowly. Right? That's what drugs are. Reality sucks. Okay? But you know what I think sucks worse than reality? Probably not being able to deal with reality. That gots to suck. Okay, and that gots to suck fucking bad. I know the world's hard. I know the world's rough, and I know a lot of people look for reasons to escape it. But I can tell you that is worse than having to fucking deal with reality. At least when you deal with reality, you can change it. You can make the best of it. When you fucked up and you're not trying to fix what's going on around you, that's a terrible situation to be in. And you lose a little more of yourself and a little more of yourself and a little more of yourself. And you end up in jail or dead. And just think about this. What they did is, if nobody's going to support them on YouTube anymore. So, and maybe that is the punishment they get for their actions, you know? And it ain't like they, you know, so many people be like, well, this person's a child advocate or a child. I don't ever consider myself a child advocate. I've never considered them people child advocates or anything like that. I'm just, you know, basically I'm a YouTuber. That's it. So that's how I kind of looked at them, but they don't cover everything. They cover the kids, Summer Wells. You know, and to my thing is, we look at neglect as abuse in this world. Okay, I do. Neglect is abuse. If you're not taking care of your kid, you're abusing your kid. You're abusing them mentally, sometimes physically, emotionally. It's abuse. And sometimes it's a worse abuse. You can't go out here talking about these kids when you're doing horrible things to your own kids. It just don't work, you know? But I pray to God that Cam and Allie, they get the help that they need, get clean, because I've seen them clean, right? And I've seen them on drugs. The drugs are quick, okay? And I know this, look, because I've had so many friends die from drugs, drug addiction and things of this, that everybody thinks, you know, it's going to be this long road. I got time to get off of it and shit like that. No, you don't. That is a quick fucking path. It's quick. It's short. It is the shortest path I know. You want to exit this world quickly? You want your life to go to fucking shit in a handbag quicker than you can count? Get on some heavy drugs. It'll destroy you. I don't care who you are, how much money you got, how strong-minded you think you are, will destroy you quicker than you know. Quick. I've learned that at a young age. That's why I'm just like, fuck that shit. Hey, pass me that blunt. I'm good. I'll chill my ass right here. Y'all have all that. And that's why I don't have many friends now, because they're dead. Bad decisions lead to bad consequences. So it's all on how long you want your journey to be. I mean, we can't pick the day we leave, but we can speed it up if you really want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to speed this ride up. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy the ride, you know, the ups, the highs, the really lows of it. You know, I enjoy it all. You know, I know it's part of life and part of living. You ain't going to have good times without bad times. So remember that miracles happen. All right. Little baby Jesus. He was a real little baby Jesus. Apparently, a lot of people be like, he's a grown damn man. Okay, well, I like the little baby Jesus, like Will Ferrell. Tell her the good night. So little baby Jesus is real. Miracles really happen. Angels are real. Ghosts and demons, they're out there. Okay. So continue to pray because their family, is still going through this. It's going to take a process for this little girl and her family to get back to normal. And them prayers help. I know that. And I think most of you guys know that. All right, I'm getting out of here for like an hour. I'll be back on the panel channel, Dolly Uncensored, around 1. Y'all can come hang out with me live. We can shoot the shit. We can talk about this case or any other cases, whatever y'all guys want to talk about tonight. Okay. But I'm going to take me an hour, get me something to drink, get me something to snack on, and I will be back live on Dolly Uncensored. If you ain't subbed it up yet, what are you waiting for? All right. It's free. It don't cost you shit. Okay. And don't forget to like this video. Dolly loves you. And I'll see y'all later tonight. Peace.